Hi everybody, Marie here. How are you doing today? Firstly, I'm going to ask you a question. Who has a dog out there that hates having their nails cut? I do. I'm one of those guilty people. Spook hates having her nails cut, and between us it becomes a chore. I have to hold her and she struggles, and there are times when I just can't get it done because she doesn't allow me to play with her feet. And I understand that. I don't like people playing with my feet, so why should she like people playing with hers? So how am I going to make this chore into something that we both enjoy doing? And that's, we're going to turn it into a trick. How do you turn it into a trick? Now everybody loves to do tricks. How am I going to do that? So what I'm going to do is we're going to use a scratchboard. So what's a scratchboard? A scratchboard is a piece of board, and it's something that I had laying around at home, and this has got chew marks in the corner. And on it I've taped on a rough piece of sandpaper on this side. And because I like her nails to be nice and smooth, I've taped on a finer sheet on this side. So this side will do the actual, filing down of the nails, and this side will just smooth them off so that they're nice and smooth, so that when she jumps or something, she doesn't scratch anything or anybody. So there's a few things you need to be aware of using a scratchboard. One, you need to be able, the dog needs to be able to lift up its front and right paw. Now if you can shake your hands with your dog, and I'm pretty sure most of you can teach that to your dog, you can use a scratchboard. It's just a matter of picking up their foot and learning to place it on here. The other thing you need to be aware of is when they're using a scratchboard, the scratchboard actually can really do some damage if you don't do it properly. Firstly, it doesn't take much for them to scratch their nails down, to file their nails down to a nice level. If you go down too far, you will actually scratch the quick and you will make them bleed. Just the same as you would as if you miscut and you made their nail bleed. It hurts. So you're going to turn a really fun experience and really fun trick into something they don't like to do. Also, you need to be able to teach them to scrape their nail and not their feet. If they're scraping the bottom of their feet on here, they will actually scrape the bottom of their pads, and that will hurt as well. So we need to be careful teaching this trick, but it is a really fun trick to teach. So they're the things that we need to be aware of. So the other thing you need is a whole heap of yummy treats, and I mean really yummy treats like sausage or cheese, anything that your dog really loves to use. I like to use soft food because they can gobble it down nice and quickly. Remember what treats you're using come out of their daily diet, so we don't end up with fat dogs. Nothing worse than a fat dog because they don't want to work if they're overweight. And now I need a dog, so I'm off to get Spook. I'll be back in a moment. So I have my loaded yummy treats here, and they're just soft bits of sausage that I've got cut up here. Wait, get back, you know this trick. Get back. Good girl. So I have my scratchboard. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the scratchboard on the ground, and every time Spook comes up and puts her front feet on it, I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to reward her. Yes. Good girl. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it off so she comes back and stands on it again. Yes. Good girl. And throw it off. Yes. Good girl. So she has one for standing on the board, one for getting off the board. Yes. Good girl. So we throw one off. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Working very hard. Okay, on your bed. Good girl. So, lay down. So what I need to do now is I need to start raising the board. But we don't want to go from the floor to straight up all in one hit. We do it in little increments. So I'm going to get back on your bed, you know this. I'm going to put the board on my feet. So it's just at that little angle. And she has to come up and put her front feet on the board. You ready? Feet. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Then one to throw away. Feet. Yes, good girl. She's clever. One to throw away. Scratch. Oh, I dropped a bit. Scratch. Yes, good girl. Making sure it's on my feet. Good girl. Good girl. And down there. Scratch. Yes, good girl. Okay, on your bed. On your bed. Now you notice that I started calling it feet to start with so that she understands that she's got to use her front feet. Now I've changed the name to Scratch because that's what I'm going to call the scratch board. So she can do it on this angle. So now I'm going to make the angle a little bit higher and put it up against my legs and hold it there to see what she does. Now this may hurt your legs a little bit. I suggest if you wanted to, you could put like a little towel behind it so it doesn't scratch your legs, because Spook's going to come up and go scratch, and she's going to put her front feet on it. Good girl. One away. Scratch. Yes, good girl. Throw away. Scratch. Yes, good girl. Make sure it's high enough that she doesn't scratch your hands and she's just getting on the board. Yes, good girl. Now, once she's done that at that level, I'm going to raise it up higher and make it more vertical. So this is where I take away the towel because she's done this before. So she's going to scratch. Good girl. She really loves her food. Scratch. Yes, good girl. And it's vertical. Scratch. Yes. Yes. Yes, good girl. 2 for being extra good. Okay, on your bed. On your bed. Good girl. So why do I have it vertical? You would think I would lay it down and she can dig on it. And that's okay. If your dog can dig and do that down flat, that's fine. But what you run the risk of there is them scratching the bottom of their feet as they dig. If you do it vertically, when they scratch the board, they're actually scratching the top of their nail, not the flat of their foot. So they're actually scratching the nail part and not their feet. So there's less risk of them hurting their bottom of their feet and their pads than they are scratching their nail here. That's why I like to do it vertical. So we're going to do it once more, and we're going to do the hard side, and then we're going to flip it over to the skinny side. Can you back up a little bit? Thank you. She knows this trick too well. Okay, sit, scratch, yes, good girl, scratch, yes, good girl, scratch, yes, good girl. Now she's scratched that side, so we're going to say that she's got her nails down, so we're going to smooth them off a little bit, exactly the same thing, sit, she's just going to scratch a couple of times, yes. Can you do both? Other foot? The other one? Yes, I know you can do that one. Now this foot. Yes, good girlie. You'll find your dogs are more dominant on one foot than the other. So just make sure that that one dominant foot isn't getting worn down too much. So we're going to say no for that one. We're going to ask no, no. We're going to ask for this other foot, this one. This one. Yes, good girl. This one? No. Yes, good girl. Not that one. No. Yes, good girl. Not that one. Yes, good girl. And that's how Spook has her nails done now. So as you can see, Spook loves getting her nails done now. She's just a crazy dog and I love every bit of her. She just enjoys it. There's no arguments anymore. I'm not scared of hurting her and she's not scared of me hurting her. So it's a fun thing to do now. So thanks for watching, and Spook and I are going to go and chase a ball now.